DAZN. We're re-watching Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz, Madison Square Garden. Here's the main man. You know, crazily, this is the first time I've actually watched this back in full. I've watched the stoppage before, I've watched the third round before, and it's actually just giving me chills just even watching it, because the atmosphere in Madison Square Garden was unbelievable. We'd just come off the back of Katie Taylor against Pearsoon. The place was going nuts. Callum Smith's big knockout. And then this, of course. And for those that don't know, of course, the original opponent was Jarrell Miller, who failed 3 drug tests, and we had to find a replacement 4 weeks out. And collectively as a team, I won't take all the blame, we picked Andy Ruiz. A few reasons. One, because I knew he could really fight. I'd see him lose a very close fight to Joseph Parker. We got a lot of criticism. You know, Andy Ruiz just, you know, he's not in shape. Look at AJ's and Adonis. Look at Ruiz. This is a joke. But I knew this was going to be a real fight. So at this time, I'm in the changing room with AJ. Ruiz has been quiet all week, really. You know, he's a great guy, great smile. Made me a little bit nervous because I couldn't really make out whether he was just there for the paycheck or whether he was quietly confident. And I think now looking at it, he was just quietly confident. Never overawed by any situation. That was what I think was the main danger for Ruiz in this fight. Was that I felt that even at the press conferences, all the media stuff, and of course you see on a ring walk as well, no fear really. No fear in this fight, and that's always dangerous. So right now we're in the change room. There was loads of stuff like, oh, AJ was having a panic attack, he's this and that. It really wasn't true. Normally he'd have a little moan up about one of his gloves. This time it was the protector. So right now at this point, he's on the pads and he's telling Rob McCracken that his protector doesn't feel right. Tammy, who is the floor manager, is saying, right guys, come on, let's come into the loading bay. And AJ asked if he can change his protector. So I said yes, and everyone said yes, and he put a new protector on. So there's a delay at this point. And of course, that fueled all the speculation about, oh, you know, there was a problem backstage, there was a panic attack, etc., etc. So right now, I think at this point, we're probably still in the change room. We should be behind the curtain now. He puts the protector on, he starts to hit the pads again, and then eventually we make our way, and we ran really to the black curtain, which is just before the walkout. So that part wasn't really ideal, to be honest with you. But, you know, listen, you can't say it really affects anything majorly, but it's a new environment. No more stadiums. We're in a closed environment in Madison Square Garden, new changing rooms, new walkways, new commission. And again, you see the delay here. This is exactly what was happening. Man, I can't believe I was behind the curtain. I wish I was seeing this. This is everything we dreamed of, really, you know. The whole taking over New York, AJ as a UK fighter coming over, selling out Madison Square Garden. The stage was set. You know, this is interesting because I never got to see how long the delay was. And now I realise. So now we're still fixing the protector right now.
We, like you, are awaiting the next musical interlude. We've had Sweet Caroline, Andy Ruiz Jr. is in the ring.
Sometimes in these moments, like the other fighter and their team will think, oh, this is mind games. You know, they're trying to keep me waiting in the ring. There really was none of that. Wow, I didn't know. Here we go. So, like, a lot's been made about his body language and everything. And I think, honestly, at the time, I didn't feel like there was anything particularly different about AJ in this fight. There are a few things after the fight we found out about his camp and about a few medical issues as well, like injuries and stuff like that. But right now, it's only really when you look back, and can you believe, for the first time ever, apart from our shows in Monaco with the Prince, I wore a black tie, I wore a bow tie. What a wallet, what a wallet. Should never have worn that bow tie. So this walk now, it's quite a long walk. We're over the other side of the change room. We're like the home team for the New York basketball team. And we're walking out through the backstage. Again, Tammy and all the teams like, come on, hurry, hurry. And although I said we were running, we clearly weren't running, were we? But it felt like we were. And actually, this is a lot faster than you normally walk, because right now there's people in front of him calling him on. It's a short ring walk. You know, remember, like normally we come out the players' tunnel at the stadium, turn left, go down to the goal line, stand up there, and just wait probably for 4 or 5 minutes. So this ring walk, what, 100 yards straight into the ring. All the governing bodies, Paco Alcazar from the WBO, Gilberto Mendoza from the WBA. Okay, so every fight, I can never really believe how still he is in the ring before this fight. I remember when they do all the intros, when we had the Klitschko fight, he just didn't move. He just stood there with his arms in front of him like this, just staring at Vladimir Klitschko. Interestingly, for the Ruiz rematch, when he got in the ring, he was moving around in the introductions and trying to keep himself a little bit more fluid. And I'll often say to him, switch on now, switch on now. And I said that to him here as well. This is probably the only thing that was a little bit strange. He said that his neck was a little bit stiff, so he's getting a massage in the corner. Probably shouldn't have, but I guess that's history now. Too relaxed. Too relaxed. Look, he looks like he's ready just to chill out.
Ed Levine. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring, should this fight go the distance, Michael Alexander, Julie Letterman, and Pasquale Procopio. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, World Championship veteran,
Mr. Griffin.
Griffin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the officials are at ringside and they are ready. The fighters are in their corners and they are ready. So
again, like, I can understand people who don't really know AJ looking at him there saying, oh, this doesn't seem right. Just probably a lack of interest more than anything, I think. Now we know now, looking back, he wasn't 100% for this fight. But still, everybody 100% confident at this stage. No one, always a little bit of fear. Heavyweight fighting. I went back to my seat. A few people said to me, is he okay? Doesn't seem, look, I said, yeah, listen, he's ready. So now the normal feelings, you know, sit back. I always have my dad on my left, and I say, well, you ready? Confident? He says, yeah. My dad said to me on this occasion, no problem. Probably said something like, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. And obviously the first thing you see when they come together at the first round bell is the size difference. Again, the energy in Madison Square Garden is unbelievable. But like I said, the first thing I'm seeing here is a size difference. You know? But straight away, you can see the speed of Andy Ruiz. And you start to think about, you know, this isn't. And even with that little, you know, flurry there, you get to this guy's got fast hands. Many people that fight AJ are afraid to let their hands go, and it was evident even at this stage in the fight that Ruiz was not going to be one of those guys. Now, one thing that was a big difference in this fight, of course, compared to the rematch, was how low the left hand was of Anthony Joshua. And I think sometimes he talks about, you know, he'll watch fighters, sometimes he'll watch fighters like Canelo and talk about how easy they make them. And I think there was part of him that wanted to make this look easy. And that was particularly why the left hand was so low. Now, one thing that I didn't like at this stage was the way that AJ wasn't controlling the middle of the ring. I feel like if you let someone like Ruiz take the middle of the ring and walk you down, you're going to be under pressure in the fight, and you're going to have to deal with those big hooks and those swinging punches up against the ropes. You have to keep moving. You know, and what you're seeing here, which you didn't see in the second fight, was he stays in certain positions. He stays up against the ropes, and he's forced under pressure from Ruiz with his feet. In the second fight, he used his feet much better. Again, just the keenness, I think, the keenness of AJ to try and do something spectacular. But this is a good round. I mean, again, I didn't like the lowness of the hands, and I didn't like the the moving off the back foot. But it's the first round of a fight, no problem.
I wonder, Sergio, I think the challenge here that seems to be being met by Ruiz is just to be able to breathe in round one and be able to box and make this normal, because this is not normal for anyone to come in here against this man at this place.
Yeah, gambling. Like these are things that, just gambling with the right hand in the first round, things that he knows he doesn't have to do. But again, it's just about Madison Square Garden, US debut, make a statement, show me the show real knockout. Again, you see the difference between this and the Ruiz rematch was the lightness on his feet. Again, what was he, 10, 12 pound lighter in the rematch? Looking more heavy on his feet there, thick set. Well, this round's fine. A couple of silly mistakes, but listen, it's the first round.
Final seconds now of round one. That's a hard jab.
Nice jab.
Joshua, but a decent round one for the challenger Andy Ruiz. Able to stay in and able to box against the champ.
That's okay. We don't mind that round. He comes back. Interesting advice. Don't look for the hooks yet. And all, do what you should be doing. Use your size, use your reach, use your attributes. Use that great jab. Bust him up with a 1-2 and just keep breaking him down. Don't have your hands down. Stop him walking in. That's important, what we talked about earlier. You let Ruiz apply pressure, you're going to be under pressure yourself. It's going to take energy from you. It's going to make you move. Low start from AJ at the start of this round. Again, back to that sharp jab. Again, gambling. I told you, I hadn't seen these round 1 and 2 before, only 3. But again, I don't like the gamble there from AJ. Doesn't have to do it. Sharp, bang, bang. Move, bang, bang, break him down. Break his heart, slow him down, slow his feet down, stop him from coming in with these attacks, make him think twice. Again, the hands are much too low. He just thinks, let me just land this right hand and I'll take him out.
The amateur pedigree, he has over 100 amateur wins. And Ruiz again comes in 32-1, 21 knockouts. So a credible opponent. And maybe some people out there were telling me, Chris,
I think right now Ruiz is just thinking about the gamble. He's thinking about, let me close the distance. Give me a chance to let my hands go. And when you throw, I'm going to trade with you. I think that's one thing that's so interesting. Every time Joshua has made those 2 mistakes in these rounds about gambling, every time he goes to throw, Ruiz is ready to throw back with him. That's obviously a chance they felt they had in the fight. Again, don't like the staticness of AJ there. You're inviting pressure. You've got to pop that jab, now move. And also moving to his left too much in this fight. Move to your right.
You wonder at what point that Joshua is able to get into the pocket and maybe goes on the attack. He has not done that as of yet.
That left hand much too low.
But Ruiz certainly is able to get fairly comfortable, if not calm, in the ring. And that's some achievement. The big fights just suck the energy out of you, Sergio. A challenger can come in and
you can see Ruiz getting comfortable. This is why the jab and straight 1-2. There you go, that's okay. Again, AJ just hit. This is one thing that AJ does. If he smells blood, he's on you straight away. Even with that first right hand, he couldn't stop himself from attacking again a second phase. And that's something in the rematch he was so disciplined doing. But again, right now I'm thinking, okay, Ruiz is going to be a danger in this fight, but we'll take our time, break him down. Let's see you pop the jab more. and move. Throw the 1-2, move. Break him down, break him down.
Of round two. Better punches in this round, seemingly coming from Anthony Joshua, but again, Ruiz is in this fight, in this boxing contest.
Okay. I think Ruiz is probably thinking to himself, yeah, I'm in this fight, I'm in this fight. Neither man really hurt anyone yet. I'm sure they've felt the speed and the sharpness of the punches. I'm interested to listen to what Manny Robles says.
You know he's showing you the right hand, right? He's showing you the right hand. Take a little step.
Here we see Ruiz expecting a sharp jab, but Joshua doing the smart thing, coming around with a hook that lands nicely.
Sergio, what does Manny Robles mean by showing him the right hand?
Well, you don't really want to land the right hand because you're outside.
So this is it, guys. Ring Magazine round of the year. Probably everybody's round of the year, apart from mine.
Round number 3, Manny Robles also telling Andy Ruiz Jr. that you see what happened after you double up on the jab. During the exchanges, Ruiz showed that he could be a dangerous man as well.
Anyone with fast hands in boxing can be dangerous.
Anthony Joshua, heavyweight champion of the world, coming in here to Madison Square Garden, wanting to showcase his skills. He is doing that so far, but getting a bit of a test here early from Andy Ruiz. Ruiz in the white.
Again, Ruiz he's starting to. This is the problem of just boxing off the back foot all the time against Andy Ruiz. You're going to be inviting pressure. If you don't sting him, if you don't control the distance, you're going to be inviting pressure all the time. See, Josh, look, he threw. Oh! Fell in with the first right hand, and I didn't like it. And then a beautiful left hook, right uppercut, left hook. And right now, I'm sitting in my seat saying, "This is over. This is over." I think even the commentator said, "Watch this, one of the best finishes in the game." And look how low the hands are. Boom, big right hand. Couldn't believe Ruiz took that shot. Now I'm thinking, everybody in the arena is thinking, this is it. Bang, top of the head. Now I'm thinking, what the? I'm looking right at AJ right now. I'm looking in his eyes, trying to think, is he out? Where are we at? And I thought, okay, he's okay. He's up, he's okay. And he is okay right now. But what we didn't know at the time was that was the shot. The equilibrium was gone. And now he's clinging on. I'm just thinking, just move. Just move. Get through the round. I look up at the clock. 1 minute, 30 seconds still to go in the round. Now he's breathing heavy. His legs are all over the place. Just thinking, just hold on. You can see by the look in his face. He knows. He knows his legs aren't there. Oh, and he's gambling again. Right. You know, what people don't know about AJ, he loves fights. He wants to trade up. Look at him trading up. No, he knows he's hurt. He's thinking, I might not get through this round. See his legs buckle again there? But he's always prepared to trade, and he's always dangerous.
He has a hurt champion in front of him.
On the ropes, not moving away.
Body shots and uppercuts is what Ruiz should be looking for.
Could be measuring him for a count.
Now I'm just looking up at the clock. I'm thinking 20 seconds. Please, please, please.
Fascinating round 3. Both men are wary, but Sergio, you thought this was a big chance, and now here comes Ruiz.
Now I'm thinking, hold on, hold, just hold, just hold. Down again. Now I'm thinking, but now I know by the clock, you're going to get a chance, but I think, beat the count. Please beat the count. And right here, I thought the ref might call it. He's fine to carry on, but he stepped back to the corner. He knows his legs aren't there. He's concussed from that punch where they traded up at the end of it. And now they go back to the corner. Look at the stories. Joshua goes back. Probably in disbelief. Rob McCracken trying to get in his ear, trying to get him to focus. He's not there. He's concussed by that shot, and Andy Ruiz in the opposite corner is flying.
Come on, listen. You can't load up, mate. You've got to box and you've got to defend with it.
First knockdown is of Ruiz. It was a beautiful left hook that put him down. And here we see Joshua coming down, going down for
So
the first time.
he fell in with the right hand, and then the left hook, top of the head.
Took the legs right out of Joshua.
And with this excitement, I'm going to have to plug my computer in because
Knockdown.
I'm going to lose battery.
Round of the year, and we're back underway here. Round number 4, Ruiz is out firing and trying to become the
Wait
heavyweight
there.
champion of the world in a stunner.
Brian, he is still on shaky legs, Anthony Joshua. He is not fully recovered from that last round.
And Andy Ruiz jabbing to the body. He's going to try to set up a
So,
left and right.
we're back now, and I'm thinking, has he recovered? Everybody's talking at ringside. Everyone's talking on that front row. You know, you've got sponsors, you've got DAZN, you've got Sky Sports, and everyone's thinking, what's going on here? But I'm thinking, the main thing here is, and I love the start to this round, the main thing here I'm thinking is, just breathe. Get through these rounds. He knows in his head he's still concussed. But he's thinking to himself, just get through this round. Use your jab, move. The problem is, again, Ruiz smells blood. The hands are so fast. Probably one of the worst fighters to be hurt again is Andy Ruiz. He's going to walk you down. He's going to trade up. He's going to throw up. He's going to do everything he can. And this was a good round for AJ, especially under the circumstances. Concussed, badly hurt. Get your legs back. Get that air in your lungs. Get that second wind. But right now, I'm sitting there thinking, now Andy Ruiz is a huge favourite.
Ruiz right now looks like the better conditioned fighter.
Well, those punches seem to graze Joshua on the side of the head and then the top of the head.
But Ruiz knows that AJ's still dangerous. Still dangerous in this fight. He's just been put down himself in the third round. He felt the power of that left hook. He's thinking, just take your time, wear him down, the chance will come.
Joshua must respect that power. Ruiz with a hard jab and a second jab to the chest.
Again, that left hand, so low.
Joshua at this point.
Because he respects Ruiz, that's why. He respects them fast hands, and he has to respect the power now.
But you know that Ruiz, listen, Ruiz is probably still recovering himself at this point. Huh? Because otherwise he'd be walking down. He'd be going hell for leather, but he's also thinking about the power that AJ has.
Could he be that
It's a
tonight?
good round for Anthony Joshua.
And on the back
Under the
is
surface.
victorious.
Massive underdog coming in here as a fill-in, as a substitute.
One thing that Andy Ruiz did really well in this fight, you'll see over the next couple of rounds, he worked the body. You know, we know that he hurt AJ, but also he was working the body, trying to bring those hands down, trying to wear him out even faster.
A more tentative
Little stabs to the body with a jab.
after the blockbuster third round.
Now I'm thinking, okay, we're back on the horse. We know that he's not 100%, but he's recovered. He's got through that round. I'm hoping that Andy Ruiz tires now. I'm looking at this guy in the other corner. You've got one guy 6'5", Adonis, the other guy not. And I'm thinking, look, Ruiz is going to tire. But I'm also looking at AJ thinking, he looks tired. We're only a quarter of the way through the fight. Third of the way through the fight.
Well, let's get switched back on again. Let's get back into proper mode. Come on. Solid jabbing and right hands, moving, defending with your head moving and your hands, all right? Keep the hands up when you're boxing. Don't come down. What shot was it?
Look,
He caught you with a hook because you loaded up, all right? So let's just keep the hands up. Listen.
so again, like, you know, a lot of people talk about AJ's comments in the corner. Like, what's happening? What shot was it? He's talking about the shot where he got put down. This was a round later. He's
When it comes
concussed.
to a punch like that you don't see coming.
We get ready for round 5. Chris Maddox, I hate to ask you this, with all the knockdowns, how do you have it scored so far?
Wild third round that I scored 10.
And you can see, like, the upper body movement is good, but the legs aren't working. Still.
Joshua off the hook a little bit in that last round when he was not all the way back after that brutal third round.
Yeah, Sergio, I wonder now, like Joshua with each round, will his legs get stronger and clear his head a little bit more each time?
I remember right now thinking about the Klitschko fight, because when he got hurt in the Klitschko fight in the 5th round, he had his tank empty. 6th round he went down, but then he took the 7th and 8th round to get his 2nd win. He came back and he stopped him in the 11th. So I'm thinking, I know that he looks tired, but I know he's capable of getting his 2nd win. And now he looks like just back in the game here. But you can tell the legs, the fluidity. If you look at the rematch, his legs in the rematch compared to his legs here, completely different story.
Brian, Vladimir Klitschko, he let Anthony Joshua off the hook a couple of years ago. He paid the price in the later rounds because of AJ's power.
And again, slow right hand, the legs just too stiff. He knows that they're just not quite back. But the jab's working well. Still under pressure, still being walked down by Andy Ruiz.
And I tell you what, 5 rounds in, Andy Ruiz has won over a good portion of these Brits here. 6,000.
You know, still people at this stage believe Joshua was going to win this fight.
We're looking a little steadier here in this round 5. We're more than halfway through in this round. A blockbuster round 3. Is that how you score that? With 3 knockdowns, 10-8? That is how?
That's how I scored it.
All right. It gets confusing.
Again, this is all about just getting through these next couple of rounds. So I'm looking up now, good, 1 minute to go. Good, this is nice, we're back. Everybody's talking at me. Okay, calm. Back in the game here.
Madison Square Garden heavyweight title fight. And a spirited challenge from Andy Ruiz. Chris Mannix has him up on his card. That's a hard hook by Joshua.
Again, you see the legs, the way they crossed over there, the way he falls in with the right hand. You know, the mind's there. He's blowing heavy. I'm thinking, good round. I like this round. We won this round. Let's get through it. 20 seconds. Too static again.
Right, but he didn't set it up. He needed a full Joshua downstairs before he threw it upstairs.
Now Joshua has his hands a little bit higher, showing a little more respect for Ruiz. Right hand by Ruiz, able to get through and touch it.
Good round. I'm saying, lovely. Okay, we're back. 4 and 5, no problem. No danger, didn't get hurt in those rounds. Now let's come out. Round 6 is Devin Haney.
Devin Haney is here at the fight. He'll be on our post show. Stick around after the fight. We'll be here for all the post-fight action and trying to figure out what would be next in the heavyweight division.
You don't need to be looking for hooks. Jab, right hand. If you catch him, don't look for power, look to box. Because you're walking into the shots. It's when you look for hooks, he caught you. Don't look for hooks. Yeah, he caught you with hooks because you're loaded up with your own hook.
Exactly right. You know, for me, Rob McCracken, one of the best trainers in the world. He got a lot of criticism coming off this fight as well. Exactly right. 1, 2, jab, right hand, move again. Don't look for the hooks. Don't start engagement. Don't trade on the inside.
And here's the left hook that landed earlier. Ruiz was
Nice left hook.
expecting a jab. Joshua did the smart thing to come around the gloves with the left hook.
Round 6.
We're glad you're with us here on DAZN, Madison Square Garden, New York City. 2 hard jabs from
Good stiff jab by both.
they open up round 6. You wonder when
Again, you see with AJ,
we're able to up the work rate. Maybe it's this round.
the balance isn't there.
Good slip by Ruiz.
Leading off with a hook,
Anthony Joshua has to
falling in with the right hand.
one good shot is not going to hurt Ruiz to the point where he's just vulnerable. Ruiz is going to fire back if Joshua comes charging in after taking that shot.
One thing CompuBox can tell you is the normal work rate for a fighter.
And now I'm waiting for Ruiz to tie, but the pace just isn't hot enough. So he's got the middle of the ring. He's been able to walk AJ down.
40 per round. So his output is down. Now, granted, he was down twice in that 3rd round. That'll skew it. However, until the opening seconds of this round, we just haven't seen a fully engaged Anthony Joshua showing the normal volume.
And that's because of Andy Ruiz's fast hands and fast counters. He has to be careful. Every time he opens up, Ruiz is going to come back with something.
To be honest, right now, I'm thinking, oh God, we're not even halfway through.
Joshua with the enormous height advantage, the reach advantage, you would figures, Sergio, again, he heard it from Robert McCracken. He could just box. Jab, move back, European style, and win this fight.
That's exactly what they want. Rob McCracken said, listen, jab, jab, right hand. That's all that's going to win this.
Hard right hand by Ruiz.
Right hand, yeah.
Straight up the middle.
Right now, I think Ruiz is starting to probably tire a little bit himself, but very confident. Probably gave AJ a little bit too much respect, so, but he's been hurt himself in this fight.
And Ruiz is getting closer and closer. I would like to see him go to the body more.
The first knockdown of the fight came from Anthony Joshua. At that point, it looked like it was just going to be party time for all these British fans, and again, a continuance in Joshua's reign. And instead, we see the possibility of Andy Ruiz becoming the heavyweight champion of the world.
Great body shots from Ruiz.
That was a hook from Ruiz. That's his best shot. Joshua
Working him when he gets on the inside as well. And again, straight right hand to the body.
I want Joshua to concentrate on the body. Then you can come upstairs with that overhand right.
and the jab to the chest, which Ruiz has been throwing, moves.
Now Ruiz smells blood.
And I said that earlier, Brian, before the overhand,
Letting his hands go much more now. There's a little nick as well on Andy Ruiz.
Raised Joshua's cheek and was inches away from landing flush. Hard body.
Another great body shot from Ruiz. Right hand brings it back upstairs after.
Final seconds here, round 6, and Ruiz having all sorts of
I'm still okay at this. I didn't like this round a lot because the great body work from Andy Ruiz. And AJ's looking tired.
what he's saying.
Legs still looking stiff. And now he's talking to him. Neck, and just a lovely straight right jab to the body. Stab to the body, take that wind away as he goes back to his stool. I think, looking back, I think the body work he did in that 6th round was really, really impressive. AJ trying to get his wind back, trying to find his legs again. That just really took that wind out of his sails again, going back to the stool here. And I think set up, maybe what happened now could have happened later in the fight if Ruiz hadn't worked the body like he did in the 6th. Triple G, Jonathan Banks.
Fighters in the world, if not the best. But it'll be Golovkin next week. Right here, though, we've got the heavyweight title very much on the line.
And there's that right hand downstairs. And later after
See what Ruiz does so well, you saw it again in the 2nd fight. He gets on the inside, he bumps you off with his elbows, and he throws them around the tops and the sides.
With us on the post show, in the post fight, we'll have a lot to talk about either way. Round 7, and Andy Ruiz Jr., Sergio having success with those body shots around.
Round 7.
How do you look at your scoring on that? How do you score that round?
I gave it to Andy Ruiz, 58-57 in favor of Ruiz. The last 40 seconds of that round, Brian, I think Anthony Joshua threw one.
Now I'm starting thinking about the scorecard. Oh. Now I'm thinking, hold on. Down, and I just think. But again, not hurt. All these knockdowns. We know he was stunned by that first shot in the 3rd round, but not hurt here. Just unable to find his leg.
Well, not quite a wig, but he flashes his eyebrows. He better throw his hands. The champ is in trouble.
look for an overhand right here, Brian.
Great jab from AJ. And again, he falls in. More of a push down, a shove down, but again, the leg's just not there. Looking to his corner. Now I think he's starting thinking, can't believe this. So he goes back, gum shields out. He's waiting for his gum shield to go back in. But he's on the ropes, he's holding his legs up. And the ref calls it. And there were some people that saying the ref shouldn't have. Some people said AJ should have walked forward. For me, it was the right stoppage. And right now, I get up and I walk the ring. And I can't believe it.
An absolute stunner. And Ruiz earned it. It wasn't flukish. He knocked him down early, knocked him down again, and maybe after losing the early pounds of round 6.
Oh, man. God we won the rematch.
Sergio, correct me if you think I'm wrong. It looked like Joshua did not want to continue.
No, he wanted out. His facial expression, he was tired. He was fatigued. He was beaten by a better man tonight.
Now, I'm just thinking to myself, firstly, we're going to have a big rematch, and he's going to win this rematch. I'm also thinking about making sure AJ's okay. I'm thinking about his dad come over to me at the time, fuming with the referee, with some other stuff as well, like saying about where AJ was staying. Everyone just lost their mind. He had to go at the chef, someone else was bowing. Oh, but you know, the one person that remained calm and humble was AJ. He could have given you a million excuses for this fight. He's never given you one. He won't even allow me to give you one. Because that man there was the better man on the night. And this was his night. And he allowed us to build another wonderful chapter for the AJ story. I think right now, you know, again, there's a lot of criticism for AJ in the UK saying, he didn't even look bothered when he lost. He was devastated. Boom, look, trade up. But, you know, the ones on the chin, they're not the ones that were affecting him. It was the ones around the side, the back of the head, look, the balance. But every time he got up, look, eyes are there. It's just the legs. That was the shot. Side of the head again. Bang the back of the ear. Boom, thrown to the floor. And again, what he was trying to do here was, again, someone said, oh, he quit in this fight. He never quit in the slightest. He would have got up all night. But he went back to the corner. His gum shield was out to bide some more time. And the ref said to him, come on, come forward. He's saying, what? What? It's to get some time. But it was the right stuff.
And then he falls forward, but that is definitely as a result of those previous right hands. So that is a legitimate knockdown, and we'll watch it again. Now there's the knockdown.
The gum shield comes out there. Standard procedures to bide some time. Goes back to the corner. See, right now, he's thinking, you've got to put my gum shield in before I come to fight. So he put his arms on the ropes to say, go on then, put my gum shield in. They asked him to come forward and he was waiting for the gum shield. Look at Andy Ruiz. These scenes, and they went everywhere around the world. This is, you know, like, it's hard to say it, but this is good for boxing. This is good for boxing. These nights, these shocks, show you the underdog can win. Mind you, I'm only saying that because he came back and won the rematch.
Referee Michael Griffin steps in and calls a halt to the contest. The official time, 1 minute, 27 seconds, round number 7.
You know what? I said to Andy after the fight, I said, if anyone was going to beat him, I'm glad it was you. He's a nice guy. He changed his life that night. And the arena was like a mall. I mean, looking round, thousands of Brits in total disbelief. I remember when I walked out the ring, people just crying. Women crying, men crying. When I left the arena, walking up and down, I walked home, back to my hotel from the arena. It took me about an hour. I just, you know, couldn't bear getting in a car or seeing anyone. And I'm just walking past people, just in pure disbelief. What he says here is, respect, you're the better man. The belts were mine, now they're yours.
The judges, by the way, had this as a very close fight. 2 had it for Ruiz by 1 point, 1 had it for Joshua.
2 great guys, man. Andy Senior can't believe it. His son's just become the world heavyweight champion. And these are the things you have to do as a champ. You can get out of the ring. Look at him. Do you think he wants to be there? No. Oh, AJ, let's get a picture. He's thinking, leave me alone. But he's you know, if you want to behave a certain way when you win, you have to behave a certain way when you lose as well. That's the mark of a great man. June the 1st, the night of heartbreak, one of the biggest upsets in the history of heavyweight boxing. The night belonged to Andy Ruiz, becoming the new unified world heavyweight champion. Hearts were broken that night, including mine. But the great news is, 6 months later, Anthony Joshua bounced back to control the heavyweight game one more time, becoming the unified world heavyweight champion, reclaiming his belts in Saudi Arabia. This shows you this great sport always throws up the most historic nights, the most amazing surprises. We love this sport. We love this game. Thanks for watching.